Today, we'll be talking about another post. This one is called I Finally Understand At Least One Reason Why a Lot of Groups Don't Allow PvP Among Players. I'd consider shortening that post, but anyway. I'm the DM in my group and I've been playing for 15 months. We started with 5 players and are currently at 6. Around the 9th month mark, one of the PCs, a fighter, gets turned to stone. One of the other PCs, a multi-classed cleric druid, refused to use Greater Restoration to cure him, as she will only help those that help others. My character wouldn't do this situation. The character that was turned to stone is notorious for bullying shopkeepers, threatening townsfolk, and openly admitted he is better than most people because of his station. In brackets, his family served the crown. So, the other 3 PCs found someone else to fix him and comes to and threatens the cleric. The other PCs prevented this. Oh, the fighter came to and threatened the cleric. I'm not sure how the fighter even knows what happened, but whatever. The other PCs prevent this but kicked the cleric from the group for not being a team player, although reluctantly. That player rolls a new character. Full stop. Cool. We're in 1 paragraph in, and there's already a lot to unpack, and there's like 8 more paragraphs. 7 months of playing pass, and the fighter is killed, decapitated. It was awesome. Player makes a new character, Bard. Cool. This fucking person writing this post is whack. A month later, the player who had played the cleric originally wants to bring back the cleric. We work it into the story and reintroduce her and do a soft farewell to the wizard to her old character. Immediately, the cleric and the other PC start almost pushing each other's... How can you almost push each other's buttons? Whatever. Weird. Alright, it's funny enough, so no one minds. During this month of Bard being around, he's rubbed himself off... I'm sorry. He's rubbed himself off wrong with another PC. Yeah, it's weird, right? You really don't want to use that phrase because it has... Yeah. Maybe don't use the phrase that way. Anyway, all sorts of passive drama not worth going into. But the straw that broke the barbarians... Sorry, why did I laugh at that? It's not funny. The straw that broke the barbarians' back was last night. They offered 100 gold each to investigate sightings of people stalking the dam. They offer 100 gold each to investigate sightings of people stalking the dam. There had been attacks a few years before, so they were worried of future events, and remove the problem if needed. Bard decides that there isn't enough money and flies off. This happened a couple of times before. The rest say fuck it, and we'll split his share if he isn't helping. While the other 5 PCs sneak toward the encampment, Bard comes flying down, completely blowing their cover. It's a bit of a Chad move, to be honest. Confrontation between the Bard and Barbarian ensue, resulting in the Bard being manhandled and punched repeatedly. Okay. He barely escapes a grapple and flies away. He tells me his PC is leaving permanently and starts talking about, I don't understand how these people can get into these altercations and just make new characters. It's like, it seems like any one of these instances would be like, most people would be like, okay, we aren't playing anymore together, but I'm just gonna make a new character. These people, I respect it in a way, but anyway, continuing on. Now, while not PvP, there was another piece. While not PvP, there was another PC that retired from adventuring, and that player rolled a new one, Warlock, and the comma really didn't help. Here's the end of my long story. Yeah, you got that right. It is the long story. Due primarily to PvP issues, we've had 4 characters rolled within 7 months, which us about 8 weeks in game. So, okay, they've had 4 characters appear in 8 weeks of in-game time, but it's been 7 months out of game. And players always want epic backstories and have to work that into my world. That's so relatable. I feel bad for this guy. Okay, oh, Jesus. It has given me a lot more homework in my prep nights. Fortunately, we are all friends, or friends of friends. They're not even all friends. How do they stay together? I don't understand. I.e., cleric and fighter. So the people that are in conflict aren't even friends. They're friends of other friends. So we all generally get along, and players agree mostly that these issues are true to each other's characters. It just complicates things so much. In capitalized. Okay, edit for clarification and context. There's already been too much context. I am not removing the fighter/bard player. I wasn't even actively complaining about them. He wasn't complaining about the player, nor the character. I was sharing a story about my campaign and the squabbles the PCs get into, which have honestly created some of the best in-character role-playing of the entire campaign. I'm sorry. How? I don't understand how that could create the best in-character role-playing. Other than just like anger. Because all other PCs react to it in their own... Oh, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Because all other PCs react to it in their own ways. All the writing I've done, all the planning, none of it compares to the individual character development and role-playing they create among themselves. It's a role-play game. I'm sorry. You need to see this post to believe this. It's a roleplay game. It's not a follow the DM and do everything they say game. They tell the story. I just aim to guide and keep things interesting. Some of y'all need to learn to have fun and not immediately remove a player because of in-game character issues. You know what? This guy's spitting facts. Actually, so true. You know what? I've been talking a lot of shit about this guy, but that one sentence just brought me to his side. Honestly, I've never had such a flip-flop of like opinion, but this guy's actually right. That happens too much on this subreddit. Anyway, honestly, it's been so much fun. I've requested his next character to be a little easier to get along with, but if that's not fun for him and he wants to keep making complicated characters that die or get their ass hit by other PCs, that's fine, okay? Then I'm gonna let him do it. For fuck's sake, people, lighten up. That was a journey. That was a wild ride. I'm not sure I really took in much of that story. This guy's got it. This guy's got it, man. This guy's got it down. There are a lot of sentences, actually. There's two that I like the most. He says, some of y'all need to learn to have fun and not immediately remove a player because of in-game, in-character issues. He's right. I mean, he's not wrong. The other one that I really enjoy is when he says, I have requested his next character be a little easier to get along with. And, well, it's actually more than one sentence. But if that's not fun for him, and he wants to keep making complicated characters that die or get their ass hit by other PCs because that's how he wants to have fun, then I'm going to let him do it. I respect that. He wants to let his players have fun the way they want to have fun, and if it causes problems, he's willing for that problem to play out. And then he says, for fuck's sake, people, lighten up, which is also pretty accurate. Anyway, some comments. I feel like these comments are going to be spicy. Okay, the first one. The Sphinx is the riddle. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. The player playing the fighter/bard sounds like a dick who intentionally causes problems for the rest of the party. They feel like a bigger problem than the PvP. Oh, that feels like a bigger problem than the PvP itself. I don't know about that. Sphinx is the riddle. I feel like, yes, okay. The fight of the bard/bard is the problem, but them being a dick is causing the PvP, allegedly, right? Like, look, I'm nitpicking their comment, but if they're fine with it, then who cares? Okay, this is emblematic of Redditors. Flosseur Buns says, dude, your PvP isn't the problem, it's a symptom. No comment. So this is 12 Scouser 78. So quit allowing PvP, given that the fighter was an instigator as much as a part. So given the fighter was an instigator as much of character as part. Given that the fighter was an instigator as part of character, then Bard is also an instigator as part of character. They were both played by the same player. It seems to me that player just likes to cause chaos in the game and excuse it with the popular, well, that's what my character would do. Look, this person's not wrong. I think I said that before. But also the other characters are doing that as well, right? Like the druid cleric lady, she didn't want to undo his restoration, his stone, because that's what her character would do. That doesn't really excuse the fighter's thing. Well, what I'm saying here is, I think this whole post and the comments is a miscommunication. The OP, Lady Brosfin, I don't know, she or he or they want to comment on this. They didn't want solutions. And the commenters are giving solutions that the OP didn't ask for. And that's creating conflict here. That's my take. I am on the fighter/bard side because it's funnier. And it seems like everyone's having fun anyway. Cool. That's it.